Guatemala. It's the second day of the Concacaf U17 Championship here, and the second game in Group H action today from the same stadium. Welcome one and all to this broadcast. My name is Mark Schoenster. We get another look at the wonderful views here in La Antigua. 67 degrees, windy day here on the pitch, but beautiful weather nonetheless for this game as Suriname and Honduras look to get off on the right foot here as they begin their campaigns in this 2023 U17 Championship. El Salvador and Haiti played earlier today. El Salvador coming back from 1-0 behind to win 3-1 over the Haitian side. Excellent start to group play in that match. I think we're going to get another good one here today between Honduras and Suriname, both looking to have a strong campaign and make a run in the knockout round. What is coming ahead in the next 90 minutes remains to be seen. So we're going to step aside for the anthems and proceedings. When we come back, we'll have lineups. We'll get you all informed on our refereeing officials here today, and then we'll get kickoff going here.
Damas y caballeros, démosle la bienvenida a los equipos nacionales de Honduras y Surinam para el partido de esta noche del Campeonato Sub-17 de Concacaf 2023. Damas y caballeros, por favor de pie. A continuación, los himnos nacionales de Honduras, seguidamente el de Surinam.
Por sus
the anthems have taken place. The two sides greeting each other before they do battle for 90 minutes on the grass here at the Estadio Pensativo. Once again, my name is Mark Schoenster. Welcome in to this game between Suriname and Honduras as we look at the Honduran lineup, coached by Jose Canales. We look down the line, Roberto Osorto, both the captain and also a player to look out for this Honduran side. See just what this squad is made of. We're going to be thinking the very same thing about Suriname. It's been 4 years since we've had this tournament, but there are some carryovers from younger editions of these tournaments, younger age ranks that have, of course, gotten older in the past few years, showed promise in those events, and we'll look to make that happen here in the higher age brackets. So here is our officiating crew: Adonis Carrasco, Leonel Garcia, Michelle Espinosa, and Victor Caceres. Represented by Mexico, the Dominican Republic, and Cuba. You see the captain for these two sides. Already mentioned Osorto, Jelani Fonteni, captain for Suriname side. We'll take a look at their lineup here in just a moment as they take the pregame photo, the captains and the referees, and now we'll get a look at Suriname side. Aldrin DeBas will manage this group very similarly to the Honduras side. We'll need to see what this squad has to offer here in the next 90 minutes, along with all the substitutes coming off the bench. The reason I talk about so much unknown and uncertainty about this matchup and what to expect, well, in this age bracket, these two teams have never played each other. This will be their first ever matchup in the U17 realm. So what will this combination bring to this game? That is a question that we're about to have answered here. Now we just gotta make sure everything's nice, tidy, ready to go. Both teams want to get off on the right foot here in the tournament. This first game is always so important in setting the standard, setting the tone and the attitude for your team. How you play and respond to moments end up dictating your direction for your next two games and beyond, should you be so lucky. And we are underway between Suriname and Honduras. Let's see what we've got in store for us here. Suriname going right to left, Honduras left to right. Couple of passes, some sloppier than others. We'll put the ball back to Honduras, and they'll hold possession now. See how these two sides prod and figure each other out here. So it's going to be an acclimation period. The previous game that was played here between Haiti and El Salvador got off to a hectic start early. Maybe these two sides will opt to play a little bit more stable, grow their way into the game and not let something slip through too easily early when you're going guns blazing. You just let something slip up. That one knocked out of play, and see if Honduras from the throw-in can build something into the attacking third. Taylor Cacho who plays that ball back. Here's the captain right there, Roberto Osorto. Long ball down to the right-hand side for Nixon Cruz. Pops that ball up, and it's caught by the keeper, Shanera Bona. First look at either our two goalies today. Sitting between the sticks and looking to make it happen. This one back, crossed into the middle, chested up, couldn't be corralled in. And Roby Vargas having the chance on it, but instead he gets out of his clutches and into the hands of Bona. That's how things will start. Honduras with a couple of possessions ending up in the hands of the keeper. Wolfers will play it up the pitch, and they'll go up this right hand, or left hand side, excuse me. Getting tripped up there is Nixon Cruz, earning the first whistle from the mouth of Adonis Carrasco. There's Jose Canales, the manager for Honduras. Looking to get this side on a good run here. They've placed pretty well in the long run of things, but they were runners-up in 2015 when it was being hosted in Honduras. Outside of that, any other good placement has been very well into the past, so they'll look to regain some former glory, excuse me, here in this tournament. Every time this tournament is held, though, of course, it's gonna be a different look. Can't exactly maintain a roster. Here they come again. It's all about who's coming up the pool in the academies and how well your academies are doing. There's Aldrin DeBas, the manager for Suriname. Knocked out the group stages in 2019, which is the last time this tournament was held. Look to do better than that this go around and make it to the knockout stage. Of course, not everybody can, but that is the aspiration of each and every team here. Our first corner kick of the day, Roberto Asorto. Swing this one in, or at least that would be the anticipation. Ball comes in, still down, and the keeper somehow keeps on it, but then trickles in. Honduras scores. One take, two takes, third time's the charm potentially. And Nixon Cruz, after a couple of touches, is able to get it to break the boundary. And they'll celebrate over in the corner flag. Took a couple of looks. And let's see this one again. Cruz got it past the keeper. The second time around is when it got itself in. It went off the defender and back into the clutches of the keeper the first go around. Nope, not quite. There we go. And it finds its way in. A couple appeals for offside, but that won't be found. He had players right on the byline, so there's no way that could have been the case. Honduras are up top. Well, early into this affair. This is the first time Suriname has looked to push the ball forward. Teams in this tournament total. We're looking to, of course, win and be the best team in the region, in the conference, but also at stake 4 spots in the 2023 FIFA Men's Under-17 World Cup, which will be held in Peru. Taking a what? Drew the whistle there. If you can make it to the semifinal, then you have punched yourself a ticket. That'll be the goal of all of these countries, all these teams. We've started here just the second day for a round-robin group stage with 16 teams, and if you heard me say 20 teams earlier, you didn't mishear me. 4 teams with automatic berths into the knockout stage. Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, Bermuda, and Nicaragua, all there via last fall's qualifying rounds. 3 teams from each group will make it through. So if you could just get a win in one of your 3 games, your odds of advancing are going to be fairly high. That'll be the ticket for these teams. And then, of course, More points than that won't hurt. That makes this first game so big, because if you can get that win in that first game, you can play the next two with a little bit less stress, and you can just play your game, get yourself honed in. And now you would expect that you'll make it to the next round as long as you don't have everything blow up. Down now is Taylor Cacho. Tended to and looking to be all right. It'll be a drop ball. Suriname will graciously take it. Honduras doing really well to apply pressure whenever they don't have possession, resulting in them winning the ball back frequently. Sorto try to keep that one in play, and the whistle will blow for a goal kick. Roberto Sorto, the captain, couldn't quite keep that one in. Some ball movement from Suriname. Ball's played forward. Well left there. That's good defensive work, though. That's by Taylor Cacho. Just came in and stamped his authority on the play. Delfort will throw this one back in for Suriname. Still trying to find their footing in this one. Find the formula for moving the ball up the pitch. Haven't quite found it yet. Pitch. Headed in the wrong direction. They'll have to try and get this one out of trouble. And they aren't able to do so. Antamoy plays it back, and it's cleared away, bashing against the wall. Bouncing right back onto the pitch. Cleared away by Johan Navas. Suriname's first trip into the attacking third here. Moves, and now still holding on to it. So a lot of time left in this game. So if Suriname can find a way to get comfortable moving the ball down the pitch and start to get into those dangerous areas. And obviously this one still is up for debate. Just a one-goal difference. They got to prove that they can do that first. You can see that confidence growing. Moments like this could prove worth it. Played back. Cross sent inside with some promise on it. Headed down, somehow saved. It clipped the boot of the keeper, but it wouldn't have counted anyway. The offside flag has gone up. There's Owen Macias, the keeper for Honduras. Although it wouldn't have counted, to see that he was able to still get his foot on it and keep it knocked out. That was pretty close, too. That was only a marginal difference between on and off. But it remains 1-0. Nonetheless, good moment for Suriname. Honduras looking to bring the attack back to them. That pass played way too far ahead of Nixon Cruz. Bona will play this one back in. More so, playing out wide, and then a bit of miscommunication between teammates, but that ball just slowly making its way across the goal line out for a goal kick. It's been a beautiful day here in La Antigua. 62 degrees right now. The wind, miles per hour, sitting around 20 miles per hour still. Of course, wedge between these mountains, you'll get them in whips, which definitely makes it inconvenient for set piece moments. Or even a long ball that's hovering in the air. Gotta figure out its trajectory and its change of that on any given moment. Pass is loose and will be collected by Suriname. A long ball up the pitch for Warsaw, who made his best effort to get after it. It wasn't to come to fruition. Contact there, no whistle. Brian Sayens will have to just make do. As Osorto wins the ball back for Honduras, wearing the captain's armband, and was a player to look out for coming into this tournament. He did really well in the 2019 U13 Concacaf tournament. He has 11 goals in 25 games in appearances with members of national teams and whatever age range it may be. Talking about Osorto. So we look at this foul again on Osorto by Thierry Warsaw. He's going to get a yellow card for it. Osorto now with Real España. Doing really well for himself. And while for Suriname, although not starting, Kenzo Riedewald with Ajax is sitting on the bench and could be a promising change in this game in the second half at some point in time. Maybe we'll see him, maybe we won't. That remains in the balance, of course, as we look at what caused this next stoppage in play. That'll draw a whistle and maybe another card. Getting thrown down there was Delfour. Won't be a card in this instance. Not enough there to prove its intentions, but Brian Sayens will still get called for it, and maybe we'll be on a shorter string next time he gets called for something. Good idea of a ball. But now Suriname moving down the middle. They have numbers on that right-hand side. See if they can find something here. Service comes in, nodded away. Polyun on the ball now. Down 4. It's a nice pocket of space. Slipping it forward for Polyun. He'll take a shot, and it skips into the hands of Macias. So Suriname starting to cook up some chances here. There's a lot of open space for Cruz. Plays it across the middle, but instead finds Suriname. It's a loose touch, though. Cruz nearly got to it. But in the end, it is readily dealt with by Jelani Fonteni, the captain. Whiffs there from both sides. Honduras with the ball, well juggled by Cruz. He'll play it back, and we've got a player down. That looks like Jordan Garcia. Gotta keep playing. Suriname has the ball. Cruz will track this one down in the corner. Working on Dow 4. And he's able to get the challenge in. And they will call a corner kick. Able to score on the last corner kick. So let's see if Honduras can replicate that here. Suriname have gotten all the smarter for the last goal conceded. Service comes in, bounced around another time. I think it'll be a goal kick this go around, and it is. Hands on his face, Nixon Cruz knows he had a chance. Yesterday we got this tournament going. Had 4 games like today. As here comes Suriname coming down this left-hand side. Jamiro Goudet still has it. See if he can get this one away. No whistle blown. Goudet still, he loses control of the ball. Valiant effort there. Won't amount to a chance for Suriname. I was saying, Mexico winning 9-0 over Curacao, Canada 3-2 over Trinidad and Tobago, Panama with a 1-0 victory over Guatemala, and the U.S. with a 5-0 victory against Barbados. And then earlier today, Jamaica winning 4-2 against Cuba. And in this group, talked about it before the game, El Salvador coming back from 1-0 down to win 3-1 against Haiti. And taking top spot in the group for now. Of course, we're talking about active table. Honduras is now tied with them at 3 points. Still got a ways to go, though, before we can solidify that in the score in the conversation. Also happening right now, Costa Rica and Guadeloupe, currently at 2-0 in favor of Costa Rica. novice with the ball now, plays it to the left-hand side where it'll be knocked out for a Honduras throw. And Munguia there, right by that contact. He'll throw this ball in, get it started quickly. Osorto plays it out wide. Can Cruz keep it in play? No, he can't quite. He's been active over here on the right-hand side, though. Good ball, though, from Roberto Osorto. At least a good idea. Really stretch out this Suriname defense, this back line. Fighting for it and drawing the whistle there. Edwin Munguia once again right along that left perimeter. Taking on two players at once and ultimately drawing the foul. Jostling there with Fonteni. Backup came in. He was able to draw the foul before he was properly taken care of. Looking for the foul there. Had this heel clipped from the pursuing Ryan Sayens. Aldrin DeBasso. Keep thinking about how he can galvanize his team going forward in this one. That'll be the ticket to finding an equalizing goal. Honduras, meanwhile, will be thinking about how to make this lead more comfortable. And the offside flag will go up there. Very much looked like Nixon Cruz was camping, and he certainly was. Just ahead, and then sat and waited for it. Here comes Suriname. Poyun tripped up. That's a free kick. Sanika Poyun will give his team a dead ball situation right by goal. If you have a set piece specialist, this is a great opportunity. If not, you could still set up a great chance here, even if not directly from the spot. Let's see what they can conjure up. Fonteni along with Campaign are waiting by the ball. This is certainly within striking range. You can rip this one towards one of the corners. It's going to be a tough, tall task for Owen Macias. Getting his ball right where he'd want it. So what if Suriname got in store? Will it be Campaign or will it be Fonteni? It's Campaign, and his shot right off the crossbar. And maybe took some contact from the keeper, but I'll say goal kick. So it was all woodwork there. Not a bad take. Just needed to dip a little bit more. That one parried out of play for Honduras to throw it in. This tournament was supposed to take place in 2020, got canceled due to the reason most things were canceled and suspended in 2020, COVID-19. It was the same format there. 20 teams played in 2019, which was the last time the tournament successfully took place, which was in Florida, Bradenton. That complex in Bradenton with So many fields. Have a lot of tournament play happening at once. Boyoun leads it forward for Cadet. Carries it out wide. This is Antamoy. Back to Cadet. Swings it in the middle. Still in danger before it's cleared out. And that one goes off the face of Vorso and maybe hit a hand. And maybe turns into assuredly. He seems to think it came off his chest, but Carrasco, our head official, had a different perspective and thought in mind. Yeah, but that tournament, 39 games, 152 goals scored in 16 days. So that averages out to almost 4 goals per game. Well, we got 4 goals in the game that took place here earlier. We've got 1 so far in nearly a third of the match. Bona. Kept in possession only for a moment longer by Boyoun. Into that right channel, cross swinging in, nowhere to go with it. So having to knock it out there is Fontani. Didn't want to give a player a chance to deflect that one towards his net, so opts to instead to divert the danger to a corner kick. Alberto Astorto will make his way over to that left-hand corner and look to stir up something nice. Service swatted down, still in danger. But then the second collection from Bona. This one more assuredly. To escape some danger there is Ulfers. Now has some assistance and can bail themselves out of what was nearly a very precarious situation. We'll go down from one line to the other. That can be dangerous, and thus earns right to a foul. Ball all the way down the pitch will make its way into the penalty area, and CS will fall on top of it. 15 more minutes roughly to go here in the first half. A goal made on a stubborn effort on a corner kick that was put in by Nixon Cruz, who is offside here and will let out a growl of fury. Honduras looking for their 6th FIFA U17 World Cup appearance. Last of which was in 2017 in India, which they made it to the quarterfinals. Or they made it to the round of 16, excuse me. That one gets booted away before things could get hairy. They made it to the quarterfinals in 2013 when the tournament was held in the United Arab Emirates, which is their best cup campaign thus far. Suriname, very different end of it. Have not made it to the U17 World Cup as this one gets knocked out, and looks like it will end up being a corner kick. We look at Jose Canales. Gonna keep his guys' heads in the game. Sorto. Pushes this one in. The header well over the mark. And it's another corner kick. We're going to say it came off of Suriname last. So we'll get another try at this and get another angle on it. Yeah, I didn't make any contact with Honduras at all, actually. So that was a well-placed header then. Swings it a second time. And that one will be a goal kick. Jordan Garcia making contact with it. Plays for FC Motagua. And here come Honduras again. Cruz can play it left, and he does so with a lot of space and time. Shots ripped and deflected away. Edwin Munguia on the left-hand side. Couldn't get that one past the defender. Service comes in, and it's caught by Bona. That's going to be a foul after getting thrown down there by Delfort. Ryan Syens, a little bit slow to get up. He's right by one of our camera operators, and we'll get another look at it. Yeah, I think that might have been one of his ankles. Don't know for certain. Didn't look like he landed on them properly. Maybe it, but his hand is what he's clutching. Well, get this one back into play. Cruz. That's inside to his left. Still Cruz. To the top of the 18, he shoots, but doesn't get much force behind it. So we'll roll pretty harmlessly to Bona. And he gives it right back to Honduras. 10 minutes to go in the first half. Long ball down the field, headed away. Tani doing well there. Use his frame and win the ball back. Maintain possession after feeling some pressure from several players. And now Honduras have it once again. Cruz. A lot of open grass over here on the right-hand side, but closing it off oh so nicely is Delfort. Nixon Cruz steps inside, still holding. Gets that one hacked away once again by Delfort. Has his hands full with Cruz on this right-hand side, but he's held his own. Cacho throws it in, gets it right back. Couple of tight exchanges between him and Osorto. Osorto plays it. And that suffered a couple of deflections, and it came off of Osorto last. Looked for a brief moment it would be a corner kick, but then it also pinged off Osorto before making its way across the line. Pullion. Nice move on his part. Pullion still going. Cutting inside. Trying to get by a second defender. That's well challenged and handled from the ground. Bad exchange, and it forces the hand for Honduras. Having to clear it out there is Jordan Garcia. Tell you what, Sanika Poyun, he can create some stuff with the ball at his feet. I think you want to try and get him as involved as possible here in this attacking third. That's another clearance, so they'll get another take at this. Munguia will win it for Honduras. And it pings right back to him when he looked to pass it away. CS. Looking to find Cruz, and it phases by him and his accompanying defender. Science can't keep that one in play, and then getting lofted into the board there. It's Ulfers. He's unhappy about it. He's gonna get a calm down signal from Carrasco. Let's take a look at this exchange again. Good thing that board is not really a board at all. It's made of a sheet that he tore right through with his boot. Well-bodied and well-finished. That is excellent striker work from the top. That's a number 9's goal for number 9, Nairobi Vargas. Beating the defender one-on-one on his back, turning and slotting that one out of the reach of the keeper. Nairobi Vargas, look at him here. Takes his man and just whips it around. An excellent finish from him. And that FC Dallas system, they love to create striker talent. They've already done it a couple times. And it's not just striker talent, it's just talent across the board. And it is now 2-0 in favor of Honduras, making it a much deeper hole for Suriname to climb out of. Players will retreat back to their spots, and we're here up and kicking again. So 2-0 here in this one, 2-0 in the other game taking place right now between Costa Rica and Guadeloupe. A whiffed clearance. That'll, on second effort, get knocked out by Garcia. Sorto will fall on that one, and it'll be a corner kick for Suriname. Jamero Goudet trying to return the favor there. Trying to pretty much box out the defender that's on him effectively. Tried the service. LeBron campaign. Service comes in, headed down, cleared away. Michael Morales, the one who hoofed that one to the air. Boyuns still going with it. Here's the left and gets knocked out of his possession. Once again, Jordan Garcia. He's a man with many clearances under his belt now, just in this game alone. Suriname want to find something positive here before the halftime whistle so they can carry it into the second half.
Hey, offside!
They've got some numbers running here. Down the right-hand side, into the 18, and the shot drags by the keeper. It's finished. Suriname, a much-needed response. They have the deficit here before halftime. A well-executed breakaway. And that's the kind of confidence boost you needed if you're wearing those white kits. Very close to being offside there with that second touch, but that ball seemingly going in regardless. Since it touched Cadet last, I'm going to say he's the one attributed with the goal. But a fantastic run down that right-hand side to make all of that possible. And just well orchestrated on Suriname's part. Said they needed some positivity going into the break. I didn't necessarily have a goal in mind. Of course, that's the best case scenario. And they were able to do that. We've got ourselves a game here. Here come Suriname again. They have another in their belt. That one lobbed well over the crossbar. Another promising moment. They may not want this half to end now. $15 more seconds plus whatever is tacked on in added time. And it'll be 2 minutes added on here. 2 goals from Honduras to give themselves the 2-0 advantage. And just recently, Suriname finding one and maybe looking for another here. Boyuns still has it. And he's well handled there till that foul. It was good work from Johan Navas, but then some barreling contact will give a free kick to Suriname. A minute and a half to go before that halftime whistle is sounded off by Adonis Carrasco. Yeah, just gashing into Antomoy there. So Campaign, the only one there, delivered commendable effort on the free kick earlier. This one much further out, so much more service oriented. And it won't be on the mark as either a shot or a cross. That might be it for chances for either side here in the half. Honduras looked the better side throughout, but really positive from Suriname here in the closing moments. Leads one to believe that the second half has some intrigue to it. Ball off the pitch. Another offside flag. Nixon Cruz reported by that a couple of times. And we are going to get some finger waving from Adonis Carrasco as this first half, winds down to a close. And there is the whistle and the point to the center. 2 goals to start off for Honduras, but a late deficit, however, from Suriname in some promising moments in the last bits of the half. Leave this one to still be up in the air. We'll step aside for a little bit, then we'll take you through the highlights after this brief break. 2-1 your scoreline. As Honduras look to see this one through Suriname. Looking very good at the end of the first half. Will that translate over, or will Honduras reclamp on control of this game? Yeah, one way to find that out, and you're in the right spot for it. We appreciate you tuning in. My name is Mark Schoenster. I'll be witnessing the action with you here tonight. 45 more minutes in this first game in the group stage for these two sides. Each of them would love to get 3 points and match up with El Salvador. Right now, I think for Suriname, the goal will be at least 1 point, but if you can get that second goal here in the first window of time in the second half, then maybe you can start thinking about 3 points after that. They've been playing from behind for the majority of this game. A goal in the 6th minute from Honduras. They've been playing ahead since then. So they've been ahead for nearly 40 minutes at this point. A couple of quick jogs for Adonis Carrasco, the head official. See if the keepers, Shanera Bona and Owen Macias, have a couple big saves in store for us here. Watches are set. Whistles in mouth. And we are good to go. 45 more minutes here between Honduras and Suriname. Let's find out what this result will be. Nixon Cruz made a lot of runs in that first half, and I'm sure they'll try to keep him flying here in the second for as long as he's got steam. This ball will be played all the way back to Macias. Here after a bump, players down. They're not going to stop play for Edwin Munguia. He gets back up on his feet without the whistle. Goes all the way back to Bona. Had to make some stops in that first half, and he'll play that one up the pitch where it's just need forward for Honduras. Sorts out, jumping on the back there. And he called for the foul, and the victim of that foul will be slow to get up here. And that's LeBron Campaign. He's still ailing. There's Aldrin DeBas, the manager for Suriname. Got a chance to talk to his guys during that break. I'm sure he was giving them some pats on the back for how they closed out the first half. This one almost carelessly given in a good spot for Honduras, but they're able to get to it first, Generbona in particular. But now here come Honduras. A lot of space right there for Cruz. Cruz shoots, and Cruz just wide. He let it popped and fired. Couldn't quite put it on frame there. So of this pressure here from Honduras is resulting in nice giveaways, and Cruz maybe looking for the foul there, doesn't get the foul. After winning the ball back for Honduras, gets tripped up. We'll get a whistle and a point forward in favor of Suriname as he hits some emphatic not again gestures from Adonis Carrasco, talking to Jordan Garcia. He had many clearances in that first half of action, and that time he looked like he knocked a dead ball away, and the ref was not having it. Promising moment here for Suriname. Stepping into the 18, it's parried away, then the clearance will bring it to the top of the box. It's one back, popped around, still in danger. Keeper's gonna have to come up and catch it. And the CS is able to handle that one. A couple of awkward transactions there, but ultimately into safety. Sorto, poor touch there. Ball pitch knocked out of bounds by Delfort. Trying to work against the speed of number 7, Nixon Cruz. Well, we hear the wind billowing into our mics as Osorto pops it up. Oh, it's an excellent squared pass and an easy finish for Science. Honduras back up 2 once again. Just masterful from Roberto Osorto. Just delicate touches of the ball. Squares it across. Look at it here. Pops it up. Puts it on a platter. It would have been harder for him to miss it than to put it into the back of the net there. Honduras staking their claim and making their intentions heard. Ryan Science notching in a goal to make it 3-1. And I'm hearing that we may have just gotten a goal scored in the other game taking place right now. Costa Rica was leading 2-0 over Guadeloupe, but I think I heard a response goal from Guadeloupe to make it 2-1. As Honduras win the ball back here. Vargas plays it forward for Cruz. Cruz gets bodied off the ball. No whistle blown. Suriname find another quick response like they did last time. Cadet gets that one knocked away. Can still conjure up something here. A nutmegged pass over to the corner. Outston plays it centrally, carried away. And Osorto, first one to get to it. He is so confident on the ball. You can drive that ball forward. And that foul there will stop play for a moment. As I was saying earlier before the goal, we can hear the wind billowing into the mic. 20-mile-per-hour winds here in La Antigua, Guatemala. About 60 degrees now. It's starting to get pretty chilly, especially when you account for that wind. See a lot of long sleeves out there. When you are running around and working out, then it's not the end of the world. Still pretty good weather for the beautiful game. Nice passing here in tight spaces by Honduras, followed by a long pop in the air pass that will result in a foul drawn by Nixon Cruz. Tripped up and knocked over there. There's Osorto again, wearing that captain's armband, and he has shown his worth today. Service comes swinging in, header is down, and it's won back by Garcia. Now Munguia trying to work around a double team, and he couldn't do so. Antamoy able to jostle it back for Suriname, but only for Garcia to reclaim possession. Get it to Munguia. Playing it to the top. Osorto does enough to get it to a teammate. That one blocked out of play by Delfour. Sometimes patterns just get recognized. You know, I bring up the fact that when you mention history in games and series and how countries have done in the past in these tournaments, there are some through lines, of course. You can have managers that carry over. Of course, academy systems are going to produce similar talent across time. But what a U17 team did 4 years ago is not any indicator of what the current team will do, obviously, because it's an entirely different batch of players. But what you can do is you can look at what this group of players did in the U13 age group 4 years ago, and someone who stood out 4 years ago in the 2019 U13 Concacaf tournament was Roberto Osorto. And here he is again, leading on his teammate. Cruz not going to get there in time. Mentioned in the first half, he's a member of Real España now. But he was one of those players that was highlighted before the tournament started as perhaps a head turner, and he has proved it today in his first match in Honduras' campaign that they tend to keep going for a long time here. So only get 3 guaranteed games, but if you can be one of the top 3 in your group of 4 to make it through. As Suriname with a chance to put us back at 1. And that shot off the mark. Couldn't put that one on frame. We're gonna get our first substitution of the day. So Antamoy will come out of the game. And Kenzo Riedewald, one of those other players that were highlighted before the tournament started. He's going to try to be an off-the-bench impact in this one. Comes from Ajax. Such a strong club in Europe. Obviously, that comes with a bit of a pedigree. Theatrics there from Edwin Munguia after not getting the call, going back down onto the ground. Obviously, you hope he's all right and nothing seriously hurt, but definitely appeared to be what was happening there. He's back up and doing just fine now. This long ball sent down and chasing after it, Dramero Goudet. Still with it. Once again, doing everything he can to prevent goals from being scored, Jordan Garcia. Gives him his his entire body to shield that ball, that go around. Dalfort gets by Cruz. Can the left back do here? Poyun. Nice touch there from Lobman. And now a breakaway opportunity. Asorto plays it forward. The offside flag is up again, and that one may have been closer than any of the others. And he could get booked for this, booting that ball away. Nixon Cruz, in frustration, knocking that ball away after the offside call. It was close. I mean, from that angle, he doesn't look off, but of course, this camera angle is not the best perspective on the situation. But here come Honduras again, nonetheless. Vargas plays it out wide. Push forward, square into the middle. Looking for a brace there. There's Brian Sayens. Now the other end, Cadet, trying to win that ball in the air, but Honduras, once again, proving strong defensively. Cruz crosses that one in the middle and parried to the ground and recollected by Shinera Bona. He's getting a little bit open here. Player getting thrown down, no penalty called. Michael Morales veering around the defender. Seemed like he got slung to the ground. Ref had a pretty good angle on it, though. Maybe it's something, the moment where you're swallowing your whistle, team that's up 2 goals. Maybe he's giving the benefit of the doubt to the defensive side. Offside flag goes up. Aldrin DeBas seeing this game get out of reach for Suriname. Yep. The Estadio Pensativo. And gets cleared away and into the fences of the stadium. Has a max capacity of 10,000 people. Got upgraded in 2021 to host Concacaf games like this. I really like the neon green benches as we've got player slow to get up. And needing some help with his right leg. That's Garcia. Jordan Garcia, who's been so involved in this game today. Still waiting to confirm who went down. And it was who we thought. Jordan Garcia. Edwin Mungia. Excuse me. Jordan Garcia when he was down and waiting to throw it in is Dalfort. Suriname resuming action here. That ball slipping through the clutches, and now Honduras looking for a counterattack, but Suriname stamping it right back. A little bit of an awkward transaction there. Doing well enough to guard the ball was Brian Sayens. buying enough time for Owen Macias to actually get to that ball and fall on top of it. On top of course, hosting Concacaf matches. The Estadio Pensativo, home to Liga Nacional Club Antigua, along with a women's first division club, Santiago de los Caballeros. As Honduras breaks it down this right-hand side, cross floated into the middle. Chested up by Vargas. Well tapped down to Osorto. Plays it from the ground, then it's cleared away. Suriname with some space running forward. Could switch it to the right-hand side. Polyun is able to connect. That's Riedewald. And he can't quite get by his man at first, but he does so now, running out of real estate. And that's poked out for a corner kick. Michael Morales wasn't gonna get blown by so easily. Suriname, you think if they're gonna try and find 2 goals to equalize in this game, you wanna notch one in here soon, give you ample time to find that second goal. This comes in and it's caught assuredly by Macias. We've been enjoying the games here tonight. Got a lot more coming to you tomorrow on Monday. Got Curacao, Panama, and Barbados and Canada, 5 p.m. Eastern. Meanwhile, Guatemala, Mexico, and Trinidad and Tobago against the U.S. will be at 8 p.m. Eastern, or the time slot this game is taking place in. And then, of course, these 2 teams will resume action on Tuesday. This one will hop all the way over to Bona. Suriname will play Haiti at 5 o'clock Eastern, and then it'll be El Salvador and Honduras at 8, which at this moment looks like will be the 2 winning teams in the group, sitting at the top of the table. Riedewald showing that he's light on his feet. Raising a couple of bumps there, taking some contact is Ron Campaign. Wins a free kick for his side, and down and slow to get up is Johan Navas. Ailing his right leg, but still fighting for it is Campaign. You can see him sort of wince with his left leg, or doesn't give up on the play though, and Johan Navas though is a little bit worse for wear from that. So he'll get on the stretcher and get carried off. Hopefully it's nothing too serious or significant for Navas. Successfully taken off, and Suriname will try to create a chance off this free kick. This one will roll directly under. Slips by a couple of players, but ultimately comes to no threat. It's interesting because for Suriname, that game against Haiti on Tuesday will be the only team that they've actually played before, this being the first matchup against Honduras. And then their match against El Salvador, which will come later in the week, will also be their first ever matchup. Montani plays it over to Riedewald. Riedewald, nice pass in the middle, but it's pinned away and knocked out of danger. Suriname, once again recycling and going at it again. haven't had much success against Haiti in those games either. 0-3 in those matchups as we get the first substitution of the day for Honduras. So Navas, who was stretchered off, reasonably so, will come out of the game. Jonathan Bueso will come in his stead. And then a second substitution. Nairobi Vargas, who scored that fantastic second goal, also seems to be hobbling a little bit. And he'll come out for Saul Estrada. Estrada coming into the game and immediately making an impact, turning around. Montani drawing the foul. I think putting the captain in the book there. And surely enough. And just stepping on his heels. Don't think it was unintentionally, but it's also one of those situations where you got to be cognizant of your capability to do such things. And this is unfortunate for Estrada, who literally just subbed into the game, whipped around a player, and then got clipped in the ankles. Looks like he's all right and will be able to carry on. 20 minutes left to go in this game. Sorto floats this ball in. Couldn't connect there with Garcia. Ross comes swinging in and ends up being off target. Once again, we're here in La Antigua, Guatemala, in the city of Antigua, which is in the highlands of Guatemala. You get to watch one of these games during the earlier time slot and get some shots of the beautiful mountains around here. So some fantastic views. We caught it while we still had a little bit of light at the beginning of the day when we were looking at our weather report. As long of an opportunity has just been broken open for Honduras. Munguia shoots, it's deflected, and will roll out for a corner kick. So, just confirming the substitutions. Bueso and Estrada coming into the game for Navas and Vargas. Corner kick coming. Osorto provides the service, bounces down, and ricochets too high. Coming off the grass and over the crossbar. Riedewald somehow uses Morales there as sort of a board to bounce the ball off to back to himself. Suriname. Clock is starting to tick here if they're gonna find some hope to scrounge some points in this game. Boyun plays it to the left. Sorto on that right-hand side, holding it. Play it back. At this point, they can start thinking about how they're going to chew out the clock. Estrada tripped up, drawing the foul and the free kick in a dangerous spot. 2 fouls already drawn by the substitute. another substitution for Honduras. Stephen Boquin coming in for Jordan Garcia, who I think has had a job well done here today. Closed out a lot of things defensively. Now Boquin will come in his place and see this one out. And now we can turn our attention back to the free kick. You guys around the ball right now. Baquedano, along with Munguia and Asorto, all hovering around the ball. Now 2 of them with their backs against the goal. So kind of curious to see what they've drawn up. Okay, something cheeky here, and it's going to work. Straight off the training ground and beautifully executed. Edwin Munguia curling it to the far side. Pulling that one out of a hat. It's 4-1 Honduras. Just filthy work there from the set piece. So wonderfully taken. And make it 4-1 for Honduras. Wasn't over before that. It is certainly pretty much all wrapped up now for Honduras. And at this point, you can enjoy sitting atop the standings with this kind of goal differential. That was just a nasty piece of work on the set piece, and got a player down now in a considerable amount of pain. Michael Morales. That's going to be the next big mission of this game, which is make sure that you get out of it healthy, whether you're Honduras or Suriname. Here's another look at it. Just landed on that right leg and he buckled his knee. We're gonna still know that for certain. Just gotta hope that it's nothing too serious and that Michael Morales will get the treatment he needs and will end up being all right. Suriname put up a fight today. Doesn't seem like it's going to be your 90 minutes. Well, I got some games with El Salvador and Haiti coming up. Going to be tough. Of course, Honduras showing their prowess today, and we'll be thinking about not only sitting atop the group now, but sitting atop of the group after their next 2 games. As it currently stands, El Salvador top of the group, or at least going into this game on top of the group with 3 points and +2 in goal differential. But should this result hold, Honduras will also have 3 points and would hurdle El Salvador because their goal differential would be at 3. Of course, a great way to get your tournament started, and then those 2 teams will face each other on Tuesday. Make for an interesting fixture, to say the least. That was a nice, inventive way to connect that ball. It didn't quite work, but you gotta appreciate the ingenuity. Zidewald still with it. Just gets that one out. scored the fantastic goal off that set piece. We're going to get a couple more substitutions here for Honduras. First off, before that can happen, though, we do have a player down, Ryan Syens, one of the 4 goal scorers today. Now we'll get those substitutions underway. It's out of the game. Michael Morales went down earlier, coming in his stead. Eric Vallecillo. And then looking to also come into the game, Russell Cruz. Looks like he'll be replacing Syens. Again, want to make sure that you come out of this game healthy, or at least as healthy as you can be. Be careful with how you make contact in these last 10 minutes. Not much use for getting yourself bludgeoned here. You're up 3 goals, or you're down 3 goals, one way or another. Bona will put it back into play. So as of right now in the other game, still a 1-score game. Costa Rica leading Guadeloupe 2-1 in the 81st minute. After 2 goals in the first 15 minutes for Costa Rica, Giannis Bienville able to get one in the second half for Guadeloupe to bring it back within 1. Garcia barely keeping that one in play. A little bit too nonchalant about it, but ultimately ends up not being too big of an issue. Estrada waiting for the run. Now to take it, connecting with Vallecillo. Still worth fighting for goals here, though, if you're either side. Goal difference could be the difference in seeding or the difference between making and missing. Being one of those 3 teams that make it out of the group. So although maybe the result and the points are pretty much decided, barring a miraculous stretch here from Suriname, you still want to see if you can get some goals in here if you're either side to help your goal differential. That could end up being pretty huge. Cruz with this shot inside, nearly connecting there. Munguia sprung out to try and connect. Wasn't meant to be there. Again, on the boss. Looks at him today as he's watched his team do their best to take on Honduras, and we've got a point to the penalty spot. Shanera Bona diving in for the ball, but he got a lot of Munguia instead. And I was saying, you may think it's insignificant in the result side of things, but goal differential This can be important. Yeah, he doesn't get any contact on the ball. Clips the shins of Munguia. It looks like they're gonna let Roberto Osorto go to the penalty spot. Osorto with a chance to make it 5-1 in a 4-goal differential. Has shown his prowess in this game thus far. Has a beautiful assist. Can he get a tally of his own? That he can. No doubt on that take. Roberto Osorto makes it 5-1 for Honduras. And the captain bagging in one of his own. Well taken penalty. Don't think that Bona would have had much of a chance even if he dove the right way. That's a confident strike. Honduras now with a comfortable 2-goal advantage in first place in the group. Getting onto the stretch here, it looked like it was D'Angelo Lobman, and it is. It's been a long night for Suriname. The second half in particular. Just been a tough pill to swallow, both on the pitch and just as far as player health is concerned for both teams, for that matter. At this point, you just want to see this one through. We got a whole tournament to see through here, though. Not only about who will win this group and who will advance on to the knockout round, but also who's going to win the whole thing. Honduras, obviously, you can see here, have aspirations to do just that, as this ball is switched nicely, but may have been better if it went to Cruz. I think Cruz is communicating that now with his teammate. In that final round, of course, Dominican Republic, Nicaragua, Puerto Rico, Bermuda all waiting. As Honduras looking for a sixth, and they've got it. And Munguia now has a brace. Well serviced to him. He just had to knock it down. And it's really falling apart here for Suriname in the closing moments of this game. Really held their own for a lot of this affair. But the seams starting to cave in, and Honduras lethal. At any given moment, they are presented with an opportunity. They are punishing. Brace for Edwin Munguia. This goal, he can thank a little bit more for the contributions of his partner. His first goal, of course, brilliant on his end of things. And carried away here at the close of this game. Whistle blows and we get back under action. As I was saying, interesting to see who wins this one. Last time this tournament was held was in 2019. Supposed to be held in 2020, but pandemic came in and had its way with things. The reigning champion, Mexico, won in extra time over the U.S. in the last final. I'm sure both those teams, how they started off the tournament yesterday, have very similar dreams of winning the whole thing and knocking off their rival. Honduras looking sharp here. That game against El Salvador on Tuesday, sure to be an interesting one. Well, this one's up and in the books. After the final whistle, we don't get a chance to hear a thought from a player from each team, so make sure you stick around and see what they have to say as this shot gets deflected out for a corner kick. Had a lot of injury stoppage here in the second half, but given the scoreline, I wonder how much these officials are going to tack on. So we get a substitution. One more for Suriname. Thierry Warso, who's on a yellow card, will come out of the game. Just makes you think, how much time will these refs put into the end of this game after 90? Ball comes down and be escorted away. And they won't add any time here. Final whistle's blown. And a thumping for Honduras. Coming in and playing so sharp, leading for 85 minutes of this game. Looked so sharp, so lethal, especially in the second half of action. And they have made their statement clear. They're here to play at this tournament. We'll step aside for a moment. We got flash interviews coming up next, and then we'll wrap everything up with some highlights and stats here. We'll see you on the other side.
From Suriname team. What would you say was the most difficult part of today's match?
Yeah, we have to get the backs, not the 10, but again. Oh, it's live. Yeah, but the 10's uitzakken. Yeah, that.
After today, how do you prepare for the following matches?
Yeah, we have to get rest a little bit more, but yeah,